Among the 6 vacancies, the following are reserved horizontally. And straight away there. So reference. PBD VH01 with the above community. Women VCA 01, VCB 01, and ST 1. Now coming to page 404. They mentioned the serial numbers in that table. 1. 4 is given to women, and 5 is again given to women. First vacancy is also given to. First vacancy means the number 1 is displayed there. VCA given to women under this notification at 44, and 4, item 4, point 8, ST, it is given to women. He said not utilized. This is the first cycle it commenced. There are still so many vacancies to be filled. For every 1 vacancy, they cannot make recruitment and adequacy. Adequacy can be looked into only after arriving at certain quantum of or certain quantity of posts. Once they are filled, then only they can start looking at whether we have. For every post if they are going on, then GO77 becomes redundant. And they in fact fallen back on the earlier roster by virtue of this. Therefore, they simply ignored GO77, even though it is one of the GOs to be followed and which was also mentioned in the recruitment. Therefore, my lord, in similar fashion, for every post code that was advertised, notified, there are at least a flaw contrary to the rules. One way or the other. Either it was adequately filled up earlier, now, by virtue of in the present notification, 905 vacancies are notified, out of which 357 posts were reserved for horizontally reserved quota. If you take the total, you add the total, the number of vacancies that were identified horizontally by the Service Commission, the figure comes to 357 for all the 4 categories, out of which 282 comes to women and 46 go to PBD, 20 posts go to sports quota, ex-servicemen 9 posts. Therefore, my lord, to summarize, what they have done is they acted just contrary to GOMS number 77, whereby the competition is restricted for women only for several number of vacancies, and men are directly deprived, not indirectly. By virtue of this mentioning, several men candidates are deprived of their being considered. For 357, at least 282 posts, if I restrict my submission to women reservation. Where under no adequacy. Secondly, my lord, adequacy is not clear for all the posts. By virtue of the indents they have filed, they themselves have filed, because many columns they left no, because they did not say anything, they are not aware. and some department, they said they totally kept it blank. Therefore, it is a sham. And a farce of following GO 77. Okay. Now, when initially the matters were heard, it was under active consideration for the purpose of granting interim order. However, my lord, the arguments could not be concluded by several counsel. It went on, and at a stage, my lord, there was change in benches. At that time, the request before the Honorable Court, even now also, a humble request to the Honorable Court is to maintain status quo, because the results may come up at any time. Then third party interest will come, there will be chaos. And in earlier similar, when similar grounds were raised in earlier other two recruitments, if I am correct, my lord, there is already an order of status quo. Now, my lord, the situation is really, my lord, warrants the indulgence of this court for temporary protection till the final orders or till some decision is taken at the interlocutory stage by your lord. Therefore, I request, my lord, the status quo may be ordered. In the guise of, my lord, in the teeth of the prima facie submissions and violations that were displayed to your lord, demonstrated. That's all, my.
Petitioners are done. Petitioner side is complete.
Yes.
I am also
Status quo at this
appearing.
stage was halfway through. Hopefully, we'll conclude it. Hopefully, we'll conclude it. They may conclude their arguments.
Yes, my lord.
We are at this stage. Interim orders may not be required.
It was, my lord, in fact, it was considered.
Once they conclude, then we'll see. Because we are in the middle of.
If something happens.
I understand. Understand. When do you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the proposed respondent.
Sir,
Yes,
unmute
madam.
change. Is for respondent or petitioner?
I am for the respondent.
Meer kude-
Krishnaya for petitioners, my lord. I am for the proposed respondents who got selected in the process after completing the written tests. Now the stage is for verification of certificates.
I'll come
Therefore,
back.
our interest, yes.
Because I think for the respondents, AG has to argue.
But they said only after the impleading petitions, others said AG will take the final call. That's what
Okay.
I was informed.
Krishna,
Otherwise also.
you want to make submissions online for this case also?
Yes, Milord. Asking me, I am appearing, Milord, petitioners. I filed, Milord, 3 petitions, 3 writ petitions, Milord. If your lordship permit, Milord, I will argue today or another day, as per your lordship convenience. I will take only, Milord, 15-20 minutes, because your lordship heard entire thing. So many advocates, Milord, covered of all these things. Only
Day after tomorrow. A day
Yes.
after tomorrow.
yes,
My lord, in item 45, my lord, I restrict myself, my lord, to submit written arguments, because once we go on arguing, my lord, the respondents will not get chance, and matter is being pending. Even I request my other brothers, my lord, to submit written arguments so that, my lord, matter can go on. My lord, earlier also the same thing happened. We argued, my lord, number of days, then bench is changed.
All right.
So permit me, my lord, to submit written arguments. That would be better.
Points of case law. 1-2
Yes.
page. బికాజ్ అందరూ ఇస్తే అది కూడా పెద్దది అవుతుంది.
Yes. Keep lovely. I
Yeah.
request brothers also, my lord, to.
Day after tomorrow.
Very well.
For all of us, day after tomorrow, my lord.
All of us.
For,
Just
thank
to-
you.
Krishnaya garu
Yes,
లేదంటే
yes, Krishnaya.
you can start.
It
Yes.
it may be listed at the same
In the same part top లోనే వస్తుంది after motion.
stipulate.
Password. G గారు వచ్చారు.